Begin. Welcome to Tea Time. My name is Dr. Tonie Anderson-Steele, and we run this show just so we can be educated and sometimes entertained. And so, right beside me, we have our guest today, Michael Diggs, and he has this wonderful profession, a lot of professional skills as it relates to bees. And so, we want to know about that because we don't know how important these are to our environment. So we need to understand this today. And we have the top number one Northwest Florida beekeeper right here. I purchased things from him as well, but let him tell his story. First of all, Mr. Diggs, welcome to the show. Are you doing okay this morning?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I am doing well, doing well. And do you mind if I call you by your first name, which is what I do anyway?
Yes,
Yeah,
please
okay.
continue.
This is Michael, and we are friends. And I'm able to purchase some of his products that he's going to tell you about in just a little bit. But tell us just a little bit about yourself, Michael.
Okay, well, my father was in the Navy, and he kind of settled down in this area, and I've lived up in North Florida for a lot of years now. Went away, moved back to town,
Mm-hmm.
and I started working at the library,
Mm-hmm.
uh, West Florida Public Library System. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to talk about not going to talk about my library job today, but I do work in the library. Um, And at one of the locations in Molino, they had a bee club meeting. And after sitting through several meetings and a couple of conventions, I kind of took that on as a hobby, and it's been very rewarding.
No doubt. So let's start out first with this question. We don't know what you know. So I'm going to start out based on what I want to understand. And when you answer, all of us will then understand how important is it to the bee life and our growth of a garden.
Okay, well, the bees that we raise, there's hundreds of different varieties of bees.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Basically, they pollinate all your flowers. If bees disappeared from the planet,
Mm-hmm.
we would starve
We
because
will.
yeah, we would starve because
Huh?
the plants wouldn't get pollinated, the crops wouldn't grow.
Oh
Just
my.
about every aspect of any type of feeding requires some kind of pollination, and that's why there's so many bees and flies and wasps and butterflies, and a lot of them do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them do things better.
Right.
Bees are one of the ones that the bees that we have today are here today are European bees.
European
Um,
bee.
they have they have different varieties. They were brought over, um, and they got them because they're more docile
Hmm.
than some of the other bees. If you listen to beekeepers, they'll talk about Africanized bees being a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
When you disturb the nest, they'll chase after you,
Mm-hmm.
and it won't just be one or two. It'll be a big cloud coming after you.
Really?
European bees, they'll just send a couple dozen.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a little bit more peaceful as long as they don't think you're trying to steal their food,
So let
which
me
is
understand
which
this.
is honey.
Yeah, okay. So now that generated a question, but I'm asked this. So the African bees are very aggressive if you disturb them, but the
Yes.
European bees will only send out a few. I'm going to use this terminology: security guards to observe, and then as long as you don't bother their honey, all is well. Uh, so how is there a way to distinguish between an African bee and a European bee?
There is really, unless you're a scientist and you have a microscope,
Mm-hmm.
the common beekeeper, what they do is they just check for how aggressive a response they get when they open up the hive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you'll have some if they'll come after you by the dozens.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're just more aggressive in how they attack you.
Mm-hmm.
The other bees are attacking you as well.
Yes.
You're interrupting into their hive, into their home.
Hmm.
Somebody's breaking into your home, you're going to respond.
That's right.
So it's just the number of bees that come after you if you're in an Africanized hive,
Hmm.
and they're responsible for. They're just more aggressive to anybody who walks nearby. They've been known to like attack picnickers or something like that.
Hmm.
Somebody just nearby who's
Hmm.
not doing anything. You
Hmm.
just happen to be unfortunate one to be there.
I see. I see. So the bees, they uh, only your European bees stay together and they don't mix with the African bees.
No, they do mix with the African bees, and it can turn your entire hive kind of different
Mm-hmm.
in how aggressive they are. And when
Mm-hmm.
they find out, when they think it's too aggressive,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they go in and they replace your queen because she's the one that's laying all the eggs,
Mm-hmm.
and they replace her to get, um, more. Because these bees have been bred
Mm-hmm.
to be more docile.
Mm-hmm. So that important message that you gave us, that if we did not have bees, we would starve because
Yes.
of their process of pollinating all of the flowers and the vegetables and whatever, all those things. So, how does a bee pollinate a tomato plant or a beautiful flower? What's the pollination process?
Well, simply when they're traveling from flower to flower to flower,
Mm-hmm.
as they're collecting pollen for what they're going to use in the hive,
Mm-hmm.
it's rubbing up against them. They're collected on little bags on their legs,
Mm-hmm.
um, and when they go to the next flower, they're taking some of that with them to
Mm-hmm.
the next one,
Mm-hmm.
going from flower to flower to flower,
Mm-hmm.
and it's getting on their body. It's getting on their body. It's
Mm-hmm.
getting on their legs, and it's just carrying it along the way. So it's almost incidentally
Mm-hmm.
pollinating the next flower down the street because of what you're doing.
Okay. And that's the same thing they do for tomato plant, cucumber, or whatever. Just touch it
Yes.
to get what they need from that flower.
Yep. They're just carrying it around. It's like a pathogen almost.
So
Just
are they
carrying it around.
as they're carrying it around what they got from each flower or
Yep.
plant? Oh, okay.
They're getting it from one. There'll be a cucumber plant down the road, and they're picking up, getting in the flowers. They're taking all the pollen together, and they're
Hmm.
just carrying it down the road and getting to the next flower. And
Oh, well, that is wonderful. So we need to try not to kill a bee. I mean, right?
not to. They've passed very strict laws on pesticides and things like that. That might because
How
they know what.
many bees are produced monthly or yearly or however it works? I mean, are they?
Well, inside the hive, there
Mhm.
can be, I guess, 50 to 80,000 bees. The queen can lay 2,000 eggs a day.
2,000 eggs a day?
2,000 eggs a day. She goes on when she first arrives, she goes on a mating flight,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's like a homing pigeon. She comes back to where she started. She
Mm-hmm.
goes back in there, and then she stays in there for the rest of her life, basically. She can lay during the summer when there's lots of flowers. She
Mm-hmm.
needs more workers.
Mm-hmm.
She lays more eggs, and when the wintertime,
Mm-hmm.
there's less flowers, there's less food to go around,
Mm-hmm.
less resources. She lays fewer eggs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so reproduction is great. The total is
Yes.
do all of those 2,000 eggs are they in danger ever of not uh, coming to life?
Well,
Not.
usually a small percentage are in danger.
Mhm.
Um, one of the big problems the beekeepers have are um, hive beetles, these little tiny black beetles.
Mhm.
They get in there. They're pests inside the hive.
Mhm.
They're also from overseas. They're Chinese,
Mhm.
an invasive species.
Mhm.
The bees have learned to herd them like cows.
Right. Oh.
The bees, because they'll once they get inside, they'll take care of what's inside their hive.
Okay.
They'll herd them into a corner,
Mhm.
keep them there indefinitely. Usually, one of the first things you see when you inspect a hive, open it up,
Mhm.
and you'll see a little ball of beetles all together.
Oh my.
And, what we do is we just smash them
Oh my.
when we can, but the bees have them all up in the corner, keep
Hmm.
them away from everything. The other pest that we have is mites.
Okay.
So that's the one thing you have to treat the bees. They can herd the beetles because they can see them, but the
Mhm.
mites are so small,
Right.
they're pretty hard to get off you,
Right. Right.
and they can't really see them. So we treat them several times a year
Mhm.
for mites, and that keeps the hive healthy. Treat them
Mhm.
for mites, and they can take care of anything else.
Mhm.
You see the giant hornets that come around.
Mhm.
They might eat a few, but
Yes, they're
they're
pretty.
not going to eat 2,000 bees.
They're scary looking though. Yeah.
They are scary looking. They have ways that they take care of them.
Mhm.
Um, they have defensive things that they do,
Okay.
keeps them aside. But yeah,
All right. So how large is your uh, bee field? Your beekeeping, where you store your bees at? How large
my
is it?
my apiary is
What is it called?
it's an apiary.
Apiary?
Yeah, apiary,
Apiary. Okay.
and it depends on where I have. I have some bees down the street.
Mm-hmm.
I have about 5 or 6 hives in the
Mm-hmm.
field, and I have some bees in the backyard, and just a couple there. And at different points in time, I have a site on the lake. I have another field somewhere else. I
Mm-hmm.
try to keep them away because when you have different problems that make your bees sick,
Mm-hmm.
you want to keep them apart
Right.
from one another. So you
Separated.
can, yeah, you can treat one
Mm-hmm.
and not
Yes.
have another. Another thing that they do is that we have is wax moths. Um, Wax moths come in at night.
Mm-hmm.
They sneak in. They
Mm-hmm.
love to lay eggs inside your wax
Really?
that the bees make.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've ever seen the webbed trees, they have a bunch of caterpillars
Yes,
up in the
I've seen
tree.
it. Mm-hmm.
They do that inside the hive,
Mm.
so it's all webby and gummy. So
Mm-hmm.
if the bees are strong enough, they can kick the wax moths out. They can keep them out.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're not,
Mm-hmm.
if they're not
They,
strong enough, that it'll just be all gummy, and
oh
I'll
my.
have to just destroy the whole hive.
Right.
And that's something that kind of thing can spread to the next one.
I see. So how many bees are in a hive
Uh,
generally?
Generally, about from 50 to 80,000. It depends on what time of the year.
Oh
At
my.
at the peak, when they have the most, she's
Mm-hmm.
laying the most eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she gets, she makes more room. That's one of the reasons the bees kind of swarm. If they run out of room, you got
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that they have more room.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Um, when they get too full, you put on a new box on top of them, and it expands where their living space is and everything. And
Yeah.
during the winter, there's fewer food. So most of the bees are female, and the first thing they do is they kill all the males.
Oh my. Why?
Uh, less mouths to feed. The males don't do anything.
They
They
don't.
don't.
They're not even worker bees. The male.
I'm ashamed to say that the males don't do anything. They don't.
You know I'm proud. You know I'm proud to hear what the females in charge, right?
Yeah, the
But I
females
am
in
so
charge. Males don't do anything.
so
They they
sorry that
they show up.
you had to say that. But thank you. I'm not gonna add to that. I'm gonna leave it right where you left it. But
Yeah, they just show up to eat.
I
So
am proud.
that's the first thing they do is they kick them out and kill them.
Oh
And
my, because you gotta make sure they survive.
yeah,
And
and
since you're
then
not
she
doing anything over there, just
exactly.
looking at me working, okay, bye bye. And
Yeah,
so That's hilarious. But we live and learn, and God created everybody for a purpose, right? And I
It's true.
always say, in my mind, I always say that the ants and the bees and all his creations of his animals, they live the life that he created for them. They live in it well. They always follow the same patterns and do what they've been designed to do. Human beings, on the other hand, we do everything, and we sometimes get off track from what we're supposed to be doing, as the Lord God Almighty created us in his image and had this idea that we should do this, this, and this, and we forget sometime. So kudos to the bees and all of the other creatures that know how to do what God designed them to do, and they never fail at that. Of course, there's interference in all of our lives, and in the bees and the insects and things like that, and other creatures, but they know how to survive on any path because they always zone in and doing exactly what they were designed to do. So, uh, are guests allowed to visit where your bees are, just being curious like I am, to want to know more, to see the activity between the bees and the honey? And do bees eat some of the honey, or they just produce honey?
They produce honey. That is their food.
Mm-hmm.
They do two things. They make a bee bread.
They do.
Um, yeah, and they feed that to the kids, and then
Really?
they have honey, and that's the carbs, and then they have the sugar
Mm-hmm.
is the honey because it's pure sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So they eat both, but the honey is what we get. I don't ever take all of it. I take a little bit of it so that they can survive throughout the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And so during the winter, they're just sort of dormant. They just stay in their
They
hives.
they stay in their hives. They have honey stored up in there for food.
Hmm.
Their numbers are low. They don't. She doesn't lay too many eggs.
Hmm.
And yeah, and they stay. They can stay through some of the harshest winters. They
Really?
know how to get together and they generate like body heat and they get in little balls
Hmm.
and they can get through really harsh winter. Florida is nothing. They can live up north too in the
Okay.
snow and do that.
Okay. So we all know about the honeycomb, not the cereal, y'all, not the cereal, but we know about the honeycomb. So what happens to the honeycomb? Is that where they just continue just to produce the honey in the honeycomb, or do you ever have to take it out so that they can build a new honeycomb? I'm sorry if that sounds a little off, but that's the best way I
No,
can describe it.
no. They actually use the honeycomb again and again. It's reusable.
Hmm.
Um, they make honey in the form of little cups,
Hmm.
and what they do is they take the nectar. They're collecting nectar. I said they're collecting pollen before, but they're collecting nectar,
Hmm.
and they put it in the little cups. The
Hmm.
pollen that they have on their bags, they also collect the pollen for their bee bread,
Hmm.
and then they're out there and it's spreading around as they're
Hmm.
collecting both.
Hmm.
They put the nectar in the little cups, and then they flap their wings
Hmm.
collectively,
Hmm.
and the moisture that's in the nectar
Hmm.
dries out and it turns into honey
Oh,
after a period of time. As soon as it gets to a certain level, the
okay.
moisture gets out, then they seal it back up, seal up the top of their cup with
Hmm.
enough more wax,
Hmm.
and it's trapped in there. And then they just break in there when they need to eat it.
Hmm.
And what we do is we take the entire frame of wax, all the
Hmm.
little wax cups,
Hmm.
and we puncture holes in all of them,
Hmm.
and then we put them in a kind of like a medical centrifuge, and
Hmm.
spin it around, and
Hmm.
all the honey comes out.
Comes out.
That's how we get to it. Now there's still perfect wax with a little tiny hole in it. We put it back in the hive and let them reuse it,
Hmm.
and they'll fill the cup up again with
Hmm.
nectar, and
Hmm.
they'll seal it back up, and we'll just repeat the process until we have enough
Hmm.
honey.
Well, now I've known you a number of years. I'm not going to put a number on it, but a number of years, and I have purchased honey from you several times. So, is your honey always available as the
No,
bee?
no, it's not always available right now. It's this is the first time I've been in a business where it matters how much you produce versus People talk about sales and advertising, and I sell 100% of everything that I make.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of, will my employees, the bees, be able to produce it?
Okay.
And it really depends on the weather.
Mm-hmm.
The weather, when you have the weather and the weather's good and you have flowers
Mm-hmm.
available, you were able to produce it. The last
Mm-hmm.
couple of years, I only harvest in July. So the last couple of years, haven't been able to do very much. Looking for a good year next July.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you're always looking to do better.
Mm-hmm.
So no honey available at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if you want to come and visit, you can come and visit me anytime. We'll try to work something out. I'll try to explain the inner workings. I'm trying to teach a class on basic beekeeping, but all that involves us just sitting in the classroom,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just trying to show you the steps of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's so many little tiny details.
I understand.
Then we have to find a suit for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Get
yeah.
something that's properly fit.
Right. Right.
Can't just go out there unless you're
Oh,
suited, because you'll get stung. They
right.
they sting me when I'm properly suited. So
Do
they're
you
definitely
do
going to
you
get
think
you.
do you think they know who you are though? I'm just asking. You know how
I don't know if they. I don't think they know what they are. They know that somebody's disturbing their hive,
I
and
see.
then there's somebody walking by that's nearby,
I
and they
see.
come after you. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things they do is they attack black skin.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say that is they think you're a bear.
Oh no, because bear
So they come.
is like honey, right?
Yeah, they go after certain odors. You don't consume bananas before
Mm-hmm.
you beekeep. You don't. They're attracted to carbon dioxide when you're breathing out.
Mm-hmm.
They're attracted to the smell of bananas because they communicate through signals and dances and things like that.
Really? Have you
Uh,
seen those dances? Have,
yes, they
really?
do they do the little waggle dance when they find food. When they
What a
find
lovely
food,
recording. You need to record that for us so we can see that dance. We might learn something.
mm,
Uh, so I think the name of your business is Wildflower, right?
the Dig Apiaries is the name of the business.
Okay.
The Wildflower is just a brand of honey,
Okay, I
and
see.
because they're which honey, which flower does the honey come from?
Mm-hmm.
All of them. They're just
Yes.
wildflowers.
Yes.
Now, somebody who plants a field of clover
Mm-hmm.
next door, they can say that their honey is clover,
Mm-hmm.
because all the flowers for an acre are
Mm-hmm.
nothing but clover.
I got it.
So
You use the term wildflower because
yes,
flower because they be all over the place
yeah,
uh, doing that. Oh,
exactly.
that is so sweet. Now,
So Molino
your
Gold is the Molino Gold is my brand name, though.
Molina Gold.
Yes,
Okay, and it's lovely honey. Honey is better for us than the sugar that's produced. So, whenever it's available. I know you've been around the city and in your area, even down here, selling it, all size jars, and it's a good purchase. Let me let you know it's a good purchase. And so, do you have any last words for us as we're trying to understand? And it's very interesting, very, very interesting, your information. Any last minute words as to what you'd like the audience to know?
sure. That climate change is real. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
our weather patterns affect everything that happens,
Mm-hmm.
and if we can't protect the insects and the birds and the bees and our environment, we're not going to be around for very long. So
Oh, fine. Oh,
they'll survive, but we need them to
mm-hmm.
prosper.
To
So
survive. We need
yeah,
them to survive, right?
yep,
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. That is so great. So I want to thank you for being on the show. Thank you for the information. And so, uh, for myself, and you know this already about me, I've always wanted to come out. So we're going to have to get my suit. Let me ask you, can I order it on Amazon?
you need to go to. There's a company called Man Lake.
Man Lake. Hmm.
It's a bee supply company. You need to go, and you can find one on Amazon.
Okay. All right.
Some good
So,
ones. You got to make sure you get the right dimensions and everything is proper.
okay. So they cover you from the crown of your head down to the sole of your feet, right?
Absolutely, just like God. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. Great protection. So, anyway, thank you for joining us, and I appreciate you. And I think we're going to have to do this again as the bees do their little dance and show us more about what they're doing. As a matter of fact, I don't know if it's possible, but we might want to think about being by a hive, you suited up and showing us that little dance and that little process that you know so well and we don't. It is delightful to get the information that we got this morning and that we were receiving. And I'm always thinking about our young people, because I don't know at my age, we need to spread it around so it'll grow in the generation, so we'll see just how important this is for us as we go forward. So I have an announcement, and then we're going to end the show in just a moment. My announcement is don't forget to that we air this show, Michael. This show will be GMAP at 7 Central, and that we have a corporate prayer every Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. So please join us then. Uh, you should know that prayer changes things, and you should know that there is the Creator, and that's who we need to talk to more. To make things happen in our life and even to stop some things from happening in our life that don't benefit us. And so, thank you so much for joining us. And if you will just stay on the show as we exit out. I'm going to do your favorite thing for you because that's the way my heart is. And we're going to keep living. We're going to keep loving. We're going to keep laughing and loving. Okay? So thank you for joining us, and I wish you well. This is Happy Sabbath Day. And so recognize it as a day of rest. I know some of us can't do that, because a hard thing, because we got so many things to do in life, but this is a Sabbath day. And so rejoice in it and rejoice in living and loving. And I must say again that I'm available from Saturday to Saturday. Saturday is not my only day, that we want to give out information and that we want to share and that we want to elevate and manifest things into your life as well as mine and everyone else's. That's the only way that we're going to succeed and be successful. If you sit like a knot on a log, that's what you continue to do, is sit like a knot on a log. And we don't want anyone to do that. So until next time, thank you for joining us. Y'all have a good day. Happy Sabbath. Bye bye. Good morning. Good morning. And happy Sabbath. Welcome to the show, and thank you for joining me as we count our blessings and give thanks for another day full of grace, mercy, and promises. Sometimes, our topic today is finding peace in all circumstances. But before I begin, let me thank the viewers from last week. And I asked them as they were listening to text me or to with their name and address for prizes, because if you watched last week's show, you saw that. I'm sorry for the wiggling. I was just trying to position myself in a certain way. But last week we saw that uh, I was talking about a few of my favorite things that I have come to love, offered by a company called Regal Beauty. And so in doing that, we asked some of the viewers, I'm sorry for that noise. We asked some of the viewers to send their name and their address because we were giving away food prizes. So our first place winner last week was Benu. And we are happy, and we just want to congratulate her on becoming our first prize winner for the prize from Regal Beauty, which is products that take care of your skin. So we're going to move in and discuss our topic for today, which is finding peace in all of our circumstances. Finding peace in all of our circumstances. And so I want you to know that, and all of us, sometimes we just get stuck into thinking we are unlucky when we don't get what we want in the order we want it. But I beg the difference because let me tell you what beg the difference means. It means that I politely disagree if you're thinking we're living in a world of luck. I prefer to say we're living in a world where we receive daily dosages of grace and mercy. Let me explain. Grace is freely given to all of us in this universe by our Creator. Grace is not something we have to pay for, earn, or order. It is a tangible item, but a divine gift. And I hope you all recognize that. But if not, we're going to learn today. Grace helps us overcome whatever tries to restrict our freedom. Grace gives us freedom to restore, to inspire, and to endure our trials and our temptations and tribulations so we can do our best and be the best version of a human being that we can be. Grace allows, without a doubt, grace, without a doubt, allows us to fulfill our beautiful purposes and passions to our creators and others. Mercy goes along with grace, but mercy is like a pardon. And you've heard in the news and you've read before how um, some criminals are given a pardon by a governor or a president or someone in authority because of their wrongdoings, because they have been falsely accused of committing a crime or something, doing something wrong by their enemies. Well, know that we are pardoned every day. Every second of the day, we are pardoned. Mercy is simply forgiveness extended to us by the Most High. Our Creator does not allow us to receive the deserved punishment, the hurt, or the harm for all the bad things that we have done because of His mercy. A wonderful, wonderful. We are forgiven for acting on bad and negative instructions from the wrong source. We are even forgiven for failing to remember who our precious source is in this realm and beyond. We are forgiven so we can get it right, so we can right our wrongs and learn to do better and appreciate the opportunity we have been given to learn to do better. Know that you are free to continue to walk, run, trot faithfully in grace and mercy. It's free. Take advantage of it. Know that grace and mercy gives us peace, a peace that passes all understanding. I didn't say some understanding. I said all understanding. Grace and mercy has the ability to guard our minds and our hearts every second of the day. Every second. And it's not every other day, it's daily, every day. 7 days of the week, 12 months in the year. Grace and mercy is there for us. We have to faithfully walk in it, believe in it, appreciate it, and give thanks for everything. Count our blessings for everything. Sometimes when we get stuck in a situation, I notice we think the worst about the situation. And those situations usually end up coming out in our favor. It's like closing a door we shouldn't be in this particular room and open a door for us to go in a new room that elevates us, motivate us, inspire us to grab a hold to other things, to different things that we need. Sometimes we don't even know we need it. But grace and mercy affords us the opportunity to do better and to receive. Okay. So as I prepare to close, I know we're coming up on a holiday here. I want everyone to be safe for the holiday. Uh, I want you to enjoy family and friends every day. But if the holidays are the only time that you can gather everyone together, so be it. But whatever your method is of appreciating another day in this realm, just be sure to enjoy it. Enjoy it in peace and in love for all of our sakes. So if we keep throwing that old nasty hate around, that's what we get back. It rolls right back around to you. But if we can throw some peace and a love out there for everyone to see and to grab a hold on, to get the warm and fuzzy feeling so that they can know what love and peace feels like, then they're able to share the warm and fuzzy feeling. And therefore, we fill up this universe with more love than hate. Hate is a virus, but we don't have a antidote for it. We do not have a shot to give anyone to destroy the hate that they may have in their system. And hate is learned. We know that. Hate is taught. We know that. But here's your opportunity to forget about the hate, to share all the love and the peace that you want. And when you share love and peace, you get all of that back. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. From Saturday to Saturday, if you choose to reach out for more conversation, to get more of what you need to make a stance, uh, and do better in all of the circumstances as you walk in favor. We're actually walking in favor. Uh, Receive your grace and mercy and show more peace and love. And we can make a difference right there. So that's next Saturday. I'll see you at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to be a guest on the show, reach out to us because I don't know everything, but I'm trying to share what I do know. And I hope all who's watching, or if you're listening later on, viewing the show later, that you receive what's been given. And so for right now, I'm going to tune out in love and appreciation, peace and love, and grace and mercy daily as we move forward, doing better today than we did yesterday. As we move forward, having a better day today than we did yesterday. As we move forward into our purposes and our passions that are in our DNA, you just have to activate them. So go ahead and start activating in peace and love and grace and mercy. And thank you and bye. My time is up. I'll see you next Saturday. Don't forget to reach out for conversation, for prayer, for to someone who loves you unconditionally, as a human being, because everybody come from a glass house and everyone has drama and traumas. And sometimes you can talk with someone that's outside of your territory and be open to new things and new ideas and good conversation. So I'd love to be able to do that for you if you so desire. I know the information is scanning on the screen. So do take advantage of it. And so farewell until next Saturday. See you around. Bye. Thank you for joining us. Turn your volume up. Yes, Tony. Well, good morning. Here we are again. Happy Sabbath. And I may sound a little funny, but I'm not a robot. This is a human being. We were trying to fix that before we came on the air, but we were not, so we're ready to do the show. So I hope you can understand everything that I'm saying. And so look who we have next to me. We have a guest known well in the community for what she does to help us with our mindfulness, change our attitudes. And so I'm gonna let her talk, and I'm gonna log out, and I'll be right back and see if I can't get this camera going on. So welcome, Camellia. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm happy to be here. It's an honor. Thank you.
You're
So,
welcome.
thank you so much. All right, y'all. So, peace, light, and love. My name is Camellia, and I am a registered mental health counselor, a holistic healer, and my mission is to help others heal themselves. So, I'm just here to speak to you all about my journey with comedic yoga, meditation, and different modalities of ways to help you heal yourself or help you get to a better state, a peaceful state, and continue to elevate. So, just a little bit about myself. I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, sister, daughter, born and raised in Pensacola, Florida, graduated from Booker T. Washington High School, baby. Moved to Jacksonville after high
Woohoo!
school. Yes, ma'am. Moved, yeah, I was in went to Booker T, moved to Jacksonville after high school, and there it was like a big culture shock. So, just learning about different cultures. Um, I cut my hair off, did the big chop and all that, and just began to just search more within myself, trying to figure out who I am as a person. So moved back to Pensacola. I'm gonna put myself out there, Dr. Tony. Me, and
Go
my,
ahead.
me and my twin sister went down there to Jacksonville, and we were there for about two and a half years, and both of us got pregnant 4 months apart. She got pregnant, then I got pregnant. So my mom, of course, wanted us to move back to Pensacola. So we came back to Pensacola. Started at UW. Well, had my baby. Started at UWL. Um, got my bachelor's in elementary and special education. So with that, working with children, working with families and things like that, you see a lot. You see a lot. Even within yourself, being a parent, raising children, we go through a lot. So it brought back to my mind, always wanted to be a guidance counselor, you know. So I taught for a little while. Well, first took it from my first yoga class. I forgot about that when I was at UWF. I took my first yoga class and I fell in love with yoga. So back then it was like 2007. I said one day I'm gonna be a yoga teacher. I didn't go to my next yoga class until 2017. So fast forward 2017. That was the year I graduated with my master's. Had been teaching since 2018. I know. Am I going too fast, Dr. Tony? Are we
No,
at the?
no, no.
I'm
I
going.
understand
Okay.
everything you saying, and the sound is better.
Okay.
So that's
Good.
what I was working on behind the scenes. So we
Okay.
good.
Okay. Good. So yeah, fast forward back to 2017. Started back taking yoga. Uh, graduated with my master's in uh, excuse me, counseling and psychology. So throughout that program, I learned so much about myself. I learned about different ways to help others, and to also the biggest thing was self care. Through all that was self care. So not only just trying to help people, I had to remember that I had to help myself as well. So just taking my yoga classes. I wanted to be a yoga teacher, so I was searching for a training, and I found your Ra Hotel. He's a black man from Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
and so I went to one of his classes in March, and I loved it, loved it, loved it. And after that, comedic yoga was it for me.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, you focus on the different modalities of healing. It's not just talk therapy. It's not just yoga. Also aromatherapy, sound healing, which involves like singing bowls,
Mm-hmm.
frequencies like tuning forks and things like that. it's so many things that can help us heal ourselves. Um,
So tell me about the sounding boards. Um, I have one.
mhm.
You talk about it, and I'll be right back. I'm going to get mine. I'll be right back.
Okay, okay. So sound bowls, you know that everything has a vibration. Everything carries a vibration. With those sound bowls, there's one for each. Oh, we going deep. There's one for each chakra, or what we call in the um, comedic science, we call those aritus. So there's different aritus for different parts of your body, which is like energy channels, energy wheels that are throughout your body. So the sound bowls that I have and that most people have help unblock or activate each one of those chakras. So that's pretty much what it is. It goes back to the days of ancient Egypt. We use sound to help heal ourselves. We use yoga to help heal ourselves. We use the breath or shu to help heal ourselves. So there it is. Yeah. Yeah, you got a tiny one too.
Yeah.
Those are, yep.
So we just beat it any way we want, right?
When you tap, usually tap it on the outside.
I'm outside here.
Yes, ma'am. But kind of like hold it in the palm of your hands with your hand flat and then
Okay.
tap.
On the outside.
Yes, ma'am. There you
Oh,
go.
oh, you teaching me
Yeah.
something. Do I have the right end that I'm using right here? Just
Whichever one you feel comfortable with, and then you can take it and swirl it around the top, just like you're holding a pencil.
okay. Let me see. I don't have
I'm
that
gonna have
action.
to.
I don't have
I'm
that
gonna have
action
to show
going
you
very
how to do
well,
it, Dr. Tony.
but we get the idea.
That's it. Uh huh.
And so for this is for meditation. This is for releasing stress. This is for what else?
Sending the so each sound has it's like a vibration, so it vibrates throughout your body. Your body is mostly made of water.
And I
So
feel
when
it
you
in my
send those,
chest.
see
I
that?
feel it in my
Yeah,
chest.
yeah.
Ooh, that was a good one right there.
Right. Let me
Oh,
get. You
I
make
just
me want to get
tell y'all,
mine, Dr.
I have one. A friend gave me one, and she loves hers. And whenever she's stressed or anxiety or about to start worrying, she uses it to
Yeah.
affect the change in herself, right?
Yes, ma'am. They do
And
help.
that's what we want. We should be working on us 24 hours, 7 days a week while we trying to be concentrating on other people's business. Look at yours and take care of
Right.
your business first. Get yourself together. If it takes
Period.
this, which is a simple thing to do, to help vibrate you and calm you down and be clear and be
Yes.
mindfulness for yourself.
Hmm.
Good morning, Fallon. I'll get you
Hey,
one.
Fallon. Let me show you mine right quick, Dr. Tony. I got. Hold on
Okay.
1 second.
All right, show us. We're here to learn. We're going to learn today. And I have this little spongy, like, looks like a donut hole right here.
I have a friend that plays them. Oh my goodness, and she's awesome. We do like sometimes comedic yoga, and she plays the
Mm-hmm.
bowls
Mm-hmm.
while I teach the class. And when I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, so this is one of mine. It's a crystal
Oh,
one.
that's big.
Yes, ma'am. They come, like your size. They come in all different sizes. It's just
Mm-hmm.
what you prefer,
Mm-hmm.
So this one is for your third eye chakra. Well, I call it the first eye.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to play it right quick?
Yes.
Okay. So you know how you were tapping yours?
Yes. Oh, yours has a distinct sound.
Yes, ma'am. Then you can take it after you tap it. I don't usually tap mine, but you can if you want to, and then you just go around it.
Lovely sound. It's soothing.
Yes, ma'am. So I usually play them like when I finish teaching a class or something like that. When I
Mm-hmm.
finish teaching my yoga classes,
Mm-hmm.
um, and things like that. But Dr. Tony, I want to go into breath work. Oh my
Okay.
goodness, breath work. One thing that we have to remember when we're breathing, even when you're just going
Mm-hmm.
throughout your day-to-day life, is to, I feel you, Fallon, is to
Yes.
breathe from your belly and not your chest. Because there's something called parasympathetic nervous system, and
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that sends us into a state of flight or fight. So when
Mm-hmm.
you breathe it from your chest, you're it's like you're running from a bear. It's like it brings on the anxiety. But when
Mm-hmm.
you breathe from the belly, did I say it right? Parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. Now my brain just got mixed up with the two, but it's two of them. But the when you breathe from your belly, that sends you into a state of relaxation. It
Mm-hmm.
sends you into a state of peace.
So show me how you breathe from the belly, not just using. Let me just see your face and your
Okay.
whatever I can see, just so we can learn how to do this correctly.
Okay, so if you want to, I like to sit cross-legged, or you can just place your feet on the ground, just to ground your feet.
Mm-hmm.
You can take your hands and put them down on your lap. If you place your palms down, that's for grounding. But if you have your palms up, that's to receiving. Okay, so
Okay.
whichever one you want
Right.
to do. So
Palms up,
feet flat.
everyone. Palms up.
Okay, so that I know that's right. I know that's right. So feet flat on the ground, palms up to receive. And so when you breathe, just imagine the breath rising from the base of your spine, all the way from the base. And what we call that is the root chakra, a self cat. So you feel it rise up from the base of your spine, up to the top of your head, your crown, and you notice a pause. Notice the pause, because you know there's a pause in between your breaths. Notice that pause. And as you exhale, you send the breath down your spine, out your arms, hands, fingers, legs, feet, and toes. But breathing from the belly. So when you inhale, your belly gets big. Sometimes we don't want our belly to get big, but when we breathe, we gotta let it flow. Okay, so you notice that pause at your crown, and then as you exhale, you bring your belly button in the direction of your spine.
I think I did it. And
You think?
your instructions, I've never heard those instructions before like
Oh,
that.
okay.
And the most important part about that was feeling it from the lower back, from the spine back there.
Yes, ma'am.
We know how to work the belly muscles, the abdomen,
Mhm.
but I never thought about how you just said it, breathing,
Yes,
inhaling from the spine.
yes, ma'am. We
Yeah,
we
and that's a cool feeling. And I never thought about whether when we inhale, how it flows, like you said, up to the crown of the head and into our arms and fingers. So great, teach more. We want
okay.
teacher. We want more.
Yeah, that's my teacher. My teacher, your seer, he calls that rule of four breathing. Rule of
Hmm.
four. Rule of
Hmm.
four. You inhale, pause, exhale, pause. So that's one
So
thing that
how
we
many
do.
times to get into a relax? I'm sorry, but to get into a relaxing state, how many times should we inhale and exhale like that?
At least 3 to 5.
Okay, all
But
right.
we start with something called the cleansing breath,
Mm-hmm.
and we do that 3 to 5 times as well.
So how's
So
that done?
okay, so just like before, you feel the breath rise from the base of your spine to your
Mm-hmm.
crown as you
Mm-hmm.
inhale,
Mm-hmm.
and then you hold the breath, open your mouth, and
Mm-hmm.
release. Yes. Okay. You
And you
do
do
that
that
three
4 or 5 times, and
well,
that's called cleansing your
cleansing breath. So it's
cleansing
cleansing the
breath.
lungs,
Mm-hmm.
sending fresh breath throughout your lungs, throughout your body, letting that energy flow. So that's best to do like in the mornings. We do it during class as well. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's the second variation where you breathe in slow, hold it, open your mouth, and quickly release. Yes. Slow. Go slow. So
Slow.
breathe in slow. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. I'm practicing today. You got it, girl. And this is you can watch this over and over again and we can follow your instructions. So give us more. It's
Okay.
definitely like Fallon said, it's definitely something we need, because we're in a crazy
Yeah.
world, right? And sometimes, just watching the news will send us into anxiety and depression, because nothing's good there. They're
You're
not giving
right.
us anything to live good in life with. They're just saying what's happened, and sometimes it's not. We're not even there sometimes.
Right.
Uh,
Exactly.
so this will be available on YouTube
Oh, okay.
forever, and Instagram forever, and Facebook forever, and Gmap 1 forever, and so the point is, you can see this wherever.
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
And
that's
so
awesome.
with your phone, with the with the desktop, laptop, whatever, and we can grow. So we need more instruction. So if you don't mind, and then one other thing is that where do you purchase this from? This was a gift from a dear friend of mine. But
I
what do
got
you
my
recommend we go to get one?
I got mine on Amazon.
Okay, all right.
But you have to make sure that you're getting the right megahertz because there's different megahertz for different things you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are for healing. Some of them
Mm-hmm.
are for just different things. It's a lot. But I also I'll send you the information too because I took a sound healing class. It was
Mm-hmm.
online, but there's a link there that she sells singing bowls and tuning forks and a whole bunch of different things that'll get you right. But it's life changing energy. That's what it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, that mindfulness into our own self is just absolutely outstanding, and self is self-preservation. If we can take care of self, then we can do a whole bunch of other things in our life. We can make things happen without struggle,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
it just the universe is available to us in many forms. And if you just think about how great thou are,
Come on now.
and our creator,
Yes.
and he didn't put us in here, he didn't put us in the world to suffer. He didn't put us in the world to be in poverty and be full of anxiety and depression. But it's because we're not taking care of self inside.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
experience those things. Now, everybody have dark days. Don't get it twisted. All of us got bills to pay, and
Yes, ma'am.
sometimes we can't even pay the bills, but we still here now. Everybody don't have a roof over their head, but guess what follows them 24 hours, 7 days a week? That body,
Come
that
on.
skin. And so, we need to take care of ourselves. We need to put good things in and blow out the negativity and run
That's
the
right.
positive in, so that we can be a joy in this universe. So I'm gonna stop talking, but I just had to
Oh
throw
yeah.
that in because I'm all about us taking care of self first. That's how we perceive. We've got to forgive ourselves for
Exactly.
whatever. We got to forgive others and keep it moving.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly. That is so true. That is so true. And
Hmm.
that's the thing that we forget to forgive ourselves.
Right, that
We
is true.
forget that.
Yes,
Hmm.
we walk around carrying that drum and trauma from the age of 5 until we 55, and that's
Come
not the way
on.
you're supposed to do it. You got
Right.
to drop it off. You got to let it go, and don't think that you're the only one that is experiencing drama and trauma. It happens in all of us. It just happens. It's just a part of living. And you know what? Drama and traumas. Once you recover, you're
Hmm.
supposed to take what you went through and help somebody
Come
else.
on. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes we have to learn our lessons that way.
Hmm.
Sometimes we're not listening to the instructions and taking time to um, grab a hold to what we need to do the right thing. So we have to be thrown into this situation because there's some people behind us
Yes,
and in
ma'am.
front of us that will need to help as we
That's
continue
right.
to live this life. And everybody should want to help someone in their own way. We can't all do the same things because we have different gifts.
That's
But
right.
whatever
You.
your gift is, you need to share it. You can't keep your gift to yourself.
That's right. That's right. Well,
I
they
like
say
what
this.
Fallon said. She said, we turn our pain into purpose. Look at
Come
that.
on.
That's
Yes,
great.
ma'am.
Turn our pain into purpose. That works for me. Throw that
Right.
drama out the door. So go ahead, baby. You tell us more about your classes
Oh,
and,
okay.
how often and, what do we bring to class and all that stuff. Just tell us.
Are you fine? I love you. I love our talks. I love getting with you. Um. Okay, so my classes are Mondays from 6:30 to 7:45 p.m. at URU 9 Miles. So that's Monday nights, and then Saturdays I don't do every Saturday because sometimes I like to go out of town, and if I'm gonna do something like for it to be consistent. So Saturdays I'm gonna be at Serenity Z Flow. Um, the 16th and the 30th at 10 a.m. So I'll be there then.
Good morning, Miss
Um,
Bessie.
ma'am.
Oh, I was just speaking to one of our
Oh, hey, Miss
viewers, Miss
Bessie.
Bessie, one
Oh,
of my
okay.
favorite people.
Oh, sweet. I hope I get to meet her one day.
Yes.
Um, what else? And I'm gonna be doing some pop-up classes too. So like at different parks and stuff like that.
Hmm. Are
Gonna
you
be
doing
offering.
virtual classes?
I need to do that. I
Yeah,
need
you
to.
do.
I get confirmations on a weekly basis about doing a virtual class. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start.
Yeah,
Encourage
please
me.
do. Yeah, I'm encouraging you right now to do virtual classes, and that way I can join, because I'm the two locations you mentioned. I know a 9 Mile Road, but that's it. I know where that is, but that's it. So I think we'll be more happy. Me personally, I would be more happy to do it, and you can also include people from all over the United States, people out of town, people overseas. And what I'm thinking now for you is that people would cash out
Mhm.
whatever your fees are. And I know the minimum charge. You've always tried to keep it minimum. I
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
know how long I've been in your circle, but it's been some years, like years, like
Yes, ma'am.
years. And so we are friends on Facebook, and and so I see what you're doing. And what I want to do is encourage me and others to join you,
Yes, ma'am.
so
Thank
that we can. You're always smiling, always so happy. You don't show any stress at all. I mean, we have stress, but it's a good thing to not let it take over our personalities and our attitudes and ruin our day.
you. Right.
Stress come and go, and so this is a good way. And I really want to channel into myself. 2024, I really need to learn how to do what you want me to do. I mean, what we know is good for our body and for our mind and our soul and our spirit. So you have the confirmation for
Thank you.
virtual. You can actually use this platform if you'd like.
Okay. Thank
All you
you.
have to do is just let me know, and that way you
Okay.
don't have to pay additional fees to use virtually and to have as many people as you want. I'll have to look up and see how many people can join this particular site, but I know it's quite a bit, and we just have to see. So in your class, you don't like large classes anyway, so it would have to be like 10 or less in your class, right?
Yes,
That's
madam.
what I've always seen. So we
Mhm.
can't have any more than 10 people in the virtual class.
Okay.
And that's the way we roll. And
Okay.
virtually, see, you can do that early morning, midday, at night, on the weekend, and there's no stress involved because you do it from wherever you are, just like we are doing it right
Exactly.
now.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
so I have the camera stand, and you're
Okay.
welcome to borrow that. And you set it up on a stand, your
Mhm.
phone or whatever device. It'll hold an iPad too, and you set it up and go to town showing us how to do it.
Okay.
You don't
Okay.
have to have a camera person because you can adjust the stand with the
Mhm.
camera to be where you want to
Yes.
be for us to see what you're doing, and
Okay.
that would be lovely. So, uh, however I can help you, I'm all for
Thank
it.
you.
So go ahead and share a little bit more. Now we got stuck on this because I have one, and I'm gonna learn to do this thing right here and move forward like that. Now,
I love you
I'm a,
so much.
I love you too, but look, we're gonna learn to do this thing right. But in any case, when you're doing yoga,
Mhm.
it's nothing but meditation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's talking to your subconscious.
Mhm.
Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's and I hate to go here, but I mean not hate, but
Mm.
because I'm learning to watch my words, but it's not demonic. It's not witchcraft. I heard people say that before. No, ma'am. It's about elevation. It's about releasing what no longer serves our purpose so that we can receive what is for us and continue to elevate.
I
That's my
think,
whole purpose of it.
yeah,
You know,
mine too. I want
it's,
everybody to elevate however we can.
that's right.
And the best way to do that is with love and understanding. You
Come
understand
on.
what I'm saying? But I think what the problem is that Egypt
Come on.
was held a different group of people, even though they were the same color.
Yes, ma'am.
They held a group of people called the Israelites
Oh, okay.
in bondage.
Hmm.
And so some people think that the Egyptian beliefs and the way they wore all that makeup and their dress, and they had different views. You remember that's where all the pharaohs were in Egypt, and the people had to be released now. Now, understand this about the Bible, and I've said this before, because the Bible is the number one selling book in the world.
Yes, ma'am.
After all those hundreds of thousands of years. It's the number one selling book. And I'm not trying to sell anyone on the Bible, but I use it the way I need it, and you can use the book the way you need it. But just look at the Bible as a self help book with wonderful stories, negative and positive, for you to grow and to learn to do better and not repeat an error that someone has already done.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
let's look on it like that. So the stories are great, and they're in us, because we came up the ranks learning the different stories of the people, Samson and Delilah, and all this good stuff. There are a lot of movies out there, so don't feel bad about reading the Bible. Embrace
Right.
the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good book,
Oh yeah. Yes, ma'am.
and it's spiritually solid, even though it's been tampered with. And
Mm-hmm.
scriptures, if you read them, even if you don't understand them, they work for you anyway, because that's what it's about.
Yes, ma'am.
It's for you to grow. And so I just wanted to say that, because that might be where the hindrance is, I think,
Uh-huh.
because Egyptians were, if you go from the Bible basics, mean people, you
Uh-huh.
know, and they held the chosen ones, as we know
Mm-hmm.
from the Bible, the Israelites, in captivity for 400 years, and they died trying to run after them, and when the Red Sea was parted and all that stuff. But anyway, that's a whole different topic. I just want people to understand that Egyptians were of color, and
Mm-hmm.
the Israelites were of color, just like we have different tribes nowadays, different people who live in different regions of the United States, and we all need to come together regardless.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Unity is the key. Our people, we got to get right.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So tell
Oh.
us more. Give us a few more minutes of more, and then we'll let you close out with something that you'd like us to do. We have actually 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Y'all want to do some movement and breath with the movement?
Come on, if we can do it in
Okay.
3 minutes, I'm game.
All right. So if your feet are still flat on the floor, you can either cross your legs or keep them flat. We're gonna bring the hands down, palms down to the knees.
And upward, right?
No, ma'am, just down. Face palms
Okay.
face down.
All
It's
right.
okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're just gonna do some movement of the head and neck where we hold a lot of stress and tension.
Yeah, we
Okay.
do.
All right. So let's take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let your head slowly flow back, just taking your gaze to the ceiling, nice and slow. Inhale your head to center. As you exhale, slowly lower your chin in the direction of your chest. Inhale your head back to center. As you exhale, slowly turn your head to the left. Inhale your head to center. As you exhale, slowly turn your head to the right. Inhale your head to center. Yes. Slowly breathe out, navel to spine. Inhale your shoulders up. As you exhale, roll them forward, round and down. Inhale, shoulders up. So moving with the breath. As you exhale, roll them forward, round and down. Again, inhale, shoulders up when you're ready. Exhale, forward, round and down. Inhale, shoulders up when you're ready. Exhale, shoulders back, round and down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, back, round and down. One more time. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders back, round and down. Inhale, shoulders up. As you exhale, let them drop. Yes. One more thing. Inhale, arms open. As you exhale, bring your left arm on top of right. Hug yourself. Give yourself a big hug. I am enough.
I am enough. Hey,
Inhale,
more than enough.
I know that's right. Exhale right on top of love. Hug yourself.
Oh, wow.
I love myself.
I love myself.
Inhale arms and bring them down.
Oh, I
Receive
went
that love.
down. She
Breathe it
said,
in.
woo, it
Yes.
feels so good. I got
Yes.
the chills in my body. So it's working for my good. All right. Just those
Always.
simple exercises for self. It's not
Right?
for anyone else, it's for you.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
our time is up, baby.
Okay.
You know, I have truly enjoyed you. And the exercises are so easy. I have a better understanding of how to breathe, and I'm sure everyone watching will get the chance to watch as we are going to be in cyberspace forever. And social media, it runs all day long, and it runs into the evening. So let me make and thank you for joining us. We really do need that. And as you get your virtual classes running up, we want to know about it. So
Yes, ma'am.
every Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, you want to dial into the prayer line 605-313-5883. That's every Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm always there. Dial into the prayer line at 605-313-5883. You don't have to say anything. But corporate prayer works for us.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, if one person can pray and get things done, so can a group of us. So at Saturday tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, go to www.gmap1.com to watch this show. It's aired in Chicago. So Tea Time will air on the GMAP Broadcast Network every Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All you need to do is just go to www.gmap1.com to watch. And I hope you do. This is one of those videos that we want to hang on to for a while. And we want to stay tuned as we're going to have Camilla back so she can tell us more about mindfulness for self. Because if we get self right inside, then we can do so much more for everything, everybody, for ourselves in this world. And that's my goal. I hope y'all join me and we be on the same goal, in the same boat, in the same pot.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
next time, thank you so much for joining us. Y'all have a blessed day. Happy Sabbath. Do it the way you want to do it. Have it your way today. Glory to you. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
See you
Love you,
next
family.
Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Thank you, Dr. Tony. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to the show. I hope you're having a good Saturday and that all is well with you as we move forward in another day that we've been blessed with, to rejoice and be glad in. And so that's just what we're going to do this morning. I'm winging it all by myself because I'm a big girl, a real big girl. So I just want to talk about a few things, and the things that I want to talk about have to do with our it has to do with our dimensions. Uh, we have eight, well, nine wellness dimensions, and we tend to ignore those things sometimes. Just living a life, just glad to be alive, and serving each other, and doing what is necessary to be all that we can be, which I highly recommend. You do you. I only know how to do Tonie, so uh, it's easy for you to do uh, yourself. You don't have to be anyone else. You don't have to do or be what others want you to be. You need to be comfortable in your skin. Your skin is the largest organ of your body because it covers you from the crown of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet, and I need for everyone to be happy in their skin. It takes time sometime, depending on the drama and trauma that we might have gone through as a child or we currently going through. But know that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. And so we have to dream big, imagine big, and be all that we want to be in a positive way. leaving all the negative words out of our conversations, out of our thoughts, and just grabbing a hold to all of the positive things. Imagination is a big free uh, ball of intelligence that you can use to formulate a plan to make things happen in your life. So, the 9 wellness dimensions that we're going to briefly talk about is the emotional side of us, the social side of us, the occupational side of us, the environmental side of us, the financial side of us, the physical side, the intellectual side, the spiritual, and the mental side. So, the 5 sides that we normally pay more attention to when we're paying attention to ourselves, uh, because we're supposed to do that. The ones that we mainly pay attention to is the emotional, how we're feeling about certain situations, certain people, uh, way people respond to us. Sometimes the way they respond to us or don't respond to us will affect our emotions. From a social perspective, who doesn't want to be the life of the party? But then there are some of us who prefer to be in the backgrounds. Me myself, I can be the life of the party, and I can stand in the background and be happy with both. It doesn't matter, it just depends on who I'm socializing with at the time. From a physical perspective, that involves exercise and taking care of the skin, which is the largest organ of our body. And then we have the spiritual side. And most of us tend to neglect that side because really they don't, we don't know. I know now, but I had to learn. And I hope that you will understand that we're all spiritual beings. And our mental side tends to hold on to the drama and trauma from past life and want to continually have it in the present and the future life, and that shouldn't be. So mentally, we are able to adjust if we want to make that change for the good. So today, I want you to understand that you have an opportunity to be all that you can be. And thank you for joining me this morning. I see some of you watching, and I'm glad about that. I get a little pop up every time someone joins, and I appreciate you watching, and I hope you're able to grow from this. It's not my intent to be here talking for myself. It is my intent to be talking to the masses so that we can make adjustments in our life when we need to make adjustments, or at least be appreciated. And I want you to know that I appreciate you, even though I don't know you personally, perhaps. Well, I do know a couple of you. I do know because I'll be personal because I see the names now. I didn't before, but just to say that I love you. I have more love than hate. Hate is not a part of my lifestyle. Love is. Even if a person is not friendly towards me, I still want to walk in the aura of positivity and love, because if we continue to show hate, 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 that's all we get back. I want to show love because I want love back. And we need to set better examples so that people can get that warm and fuzzy feeling from love. So today I'm going to tell you about some of my favorite things. Now, if Oprah can do it, I can do it too. I want to tell you about some of my favorite things as it relates to your physical skin, from the crown of the head all the way down to the bottom of the feet. And I'm sharing these things because that's our physical side. And we want to make sure that we take care of the physical side. This is the third time I'm telling you, if you didn't know, that the skin, is an organ, and it's the largest part of your body, and it surely needs to be taken care of. And so, some people who know me and know who I'm talking about may think that I'm biased, but I want to let you know that I'm telling you the truth about the products that I'm getting to share with you. So here is one, probably the first one that I started using back in 2015. Let's see if I can get a bit of view. Not too good, but you can see that it's somewhat of a chapstick. And I say somewhat because we can't show it very well on the show right now, but it's a chapstick. Let me see if I can work with anything. It's a chapstick. It is called Lip Butter, and this particular fragrance or scent is Strawberry Parfait. And when I have developed chapped lips, usually it takes a couple of days. Once my lips are chapped, usually it takes a couple of days for my lips to feel soft and supple again. But one use of this gives you the soft and supple lips. And I like that. And I just want to tell you about this chapstick. And the other products that I'm going to share with you is by Riga Boutte. And I use the products and I love them. And I want you to understand that there are products out there that are all natural, no chemicals whatsoever, handmade when you order. And this is one of them. And I've been using this, I believe, since 2015, and it's amazing. And so that's one of my favorite things. Another one of my favorite things is the uh, meal concern. I have it still packaged up from shipping. So I have got to open it up, and I'm doing that right now. Comes shipped like this, really beautiful, um, in a box, beautiful box. Um, and so another one of my favorite things, and I may have been using this one for about 3 years. This one is called Miracle Serum Healing and Restoration Serum. And I tell you, if you get a cut on your finger, if you burn yourself, if a flea or a mosquito bite you, and there are other things too, aches and pains, this miracle serum right here will stop it immediately as soon as you put it on. Just a little cap here, you just twist it, put a little dab, not a lot, it only takes a little bit. And this is designed for us, for y'all's people, for us to not be involved with all the chemicals that we've been exposed to in our life. We've been exposed to so many chemicals we think it's normal, and it's not. I'm here to tell you. And so, Miracle Serum, and at some point, I hope that I'll be able to put the website up so that you can go and take a look at the products that are all natural and see for yourself. Inexpensive, all natural products. Now, this one, you won't believe this, but it's the truth. I'm telling you, it's the truth. Now, when they came out with all the lawsuits about powder and, all that it would cause us because we're using powder when we're just trying to smell good. Well, here's one that's called, it's produced by the same company, Regal Beauty. And it's called, I'm sorry that visual is so bad as I hold these products up, but this one is called Royal Silk Tropical Goddess Island, and it's made with natural and organic ingredients, all natural. But here's the thing I want to tell you about this one. Uh, I stopped using deodorant about 2 years ago. Honestly, no deodorant whatsoever. So I started using this in the fall 2 years ago, and I wasn't quite sure if this would work in the state of Florida during this summer heat that we get. But guess what? No deodorant, powder once a day. Usually I do it in the morning. Uh, and you can't smell me at all. So this is a 2-year product for me, powder only. I use it only one time in the morning. Just it has a little sprinkle and a little hole on top like your salt and pepper shakers, and I just go like this and go like this and go on about my business, not thinking about anything. There's no odor. I have not smelled any odor coming from my body using this powder. Just powder now. In talking about the powder, I know some of us will get insecure, about not having deodorant on, thinking we're gonna start shaking up the place at any moment. But when you go to the website, and I hope to have, it already is on the screen, Regal Beauty, www.regalbeauty.com. When you go to the screen, when you go to the website, I'm sorry, when you go to the website, there is deodorant that is also the ingredients are organic and all natural. So if you're not comfortable just wearing powder, I'm very comfortable. And I want to tell you one other thing. But since I'm not, I haven't been using any deodorant since, and the deodorant is called by the name. When you go to the website, the deodorant is called Precious Pit Balm. So it's not even called deodorant. It's not a Babylonian name. It's a Precious Pit Balm, but it's all natural, no chemicals. And so I want to tell you that I was traveling, and I ran off for a bit before we were getting ready to go, my husband and I. And I told him, I reminded him, since I don't pack the deodorant anymore, I said, be sure and get your deodorant, because he's still using deodorant. And so while when we got to our destination, Tonie, did you bring any deodorant? Well, no, dear. I told you to pack it. I don't use deodorant anymore. So he had to use this powder. After our vacation, we were gone about 4 days. As we were traveling back, he said, that works. And he's a man. And, their body odor is a little bit different than a female. But let me tell you, um, he said it worked. And so all you do, like I said, I don't know how many times he sprinkled it each day, but I only do once a day, and it's lovely. I wouldn't change this for anything. As a matter of fact, I subscribe to this on a monthly basis to make sure that I never run out. And you're able to subscribe on the website when you find some of your favorite things at Regal Beauty. All right. And so then let me tell you, do you know about eczema? Well, I don't know how I developed eczema, but in any case, I did. And I'm sorry, I need to unpack this. My shipment, I get my shipment often because I've subscribed to my favorite things at this website. So, um, I had a little eczema, and we were using some things from over the counter, with chemicals in them. And so I saw this on the website, and I ordered this herbal. I'm still unpacking herbal body cleanser. Do you know that I'm sorry about this bad view, but it's called Herbal Body Cleanser Body Wash. All natural, all organic, nothing, no chemicals in it. And I can only guess, but let's say in a week or two, I had no signs of eczema. No signs of eczema at all. And it has not returned. But I am continuing to use the herbal body wash. So I have not stopped using it. So I don't know if the eczema will return if I were not to use it. But the fact that it's gone, I don't think it will return. Eczema has like, it looks like a burn or something. That's the way it looked on my skin, and it looked a little waxy, and it would itch just occasionally, not a lot. But using this body wash, this herbal body wash, cleared up my eczema, and I love it. And so I order mine. I haven't subscribing, but I order mine in as twins, because I don't ever want to run out. Okay, I don't ever want to go back to using the body washes that they serve, that they sell over in the stores on the shelves. This is it right here. And I've already expressed to you that this is handmade to order, all natural, all organic. And the good thing about what I'm showing you is that it works and it's good for the body. And that's what we need to take care of this largest organ of our body. I still want us to take care of our mental health. So mentally, we want to set aside a time. It doesn't have to be the same time every day, but if you can do it at the same time every day, it works. Because, like we go to work at a certain time, we get off at a certain time. Why not sit quietly for a certain time? So, sit down mentally and try to digest and regress and let go. If someone hurt your feelings that day, I don't want you to carry around for your entire life. I want you to blossom and let go and say, well, let go. This has passed. And, don't let it come back and mess with your mental side. Emotionally, we all have different ways of viewing what we like and don't like, and how we like to be treated and not be treated. So the thing is, if someone is getting on your nerve and causing you to be in an emotional state, emotional disarray, then what you want to do is pull out your long silver handled spoon. Be kind now. Don't ever hold a grudge. But you want to say, I don't need this person in my life, but it won't hurt you to say hello, goodbye, how are you doing? Thank you. You still want to be mannerable. But you want to put out your long silver handle spoon and put it distant. And sometimes that means we have to do that with our relatives. It's sad to say because you would think that our relatives would love us even the more than the people in the public or on our jobs or in church or whatever. But sometimes relatives come with drama and trauma. So we just have to protect our emotions in a positive way. We don't want to fight. We don't want to argue all the time. We want to be sound, and we want to meditate on good things, positive things, great things that have happened in our life. Because surely you've had great things happen in your life. Even if you're not having any great things happen right now, they're surely to come around. What if you give out great, you get greatness back, okay? So what goes around come right back to you, and that's in everything that you do. So if you want my love, more better, great conversation, all of that kind of stuff, that's what you want to do. You want to give it out so you can get it back. And so, one last product, but no, you'll have to visit www.regalbeauty.com for yourself. I think you can see this a little bit, but anyway, this product is called Cocoa Drops. And we're used to the big stick of cocoa, and it takes a moment to rub it to get the oil to produce on our skin, for it to be seen on our skin. But this is just one little drop. And this is another one of my favorite things. And the last one that I'm going to show you, I believe it's the last one that I'm going to show you. So I do is just put it in the palm. See the little drop right there? I put it in the palm of my hand and I rub. It's great for moisturizing your hands and uh, all of that, face, wherever you want to put it. But just roll it a little bit, and you can see the oil. Uh, and it's easy. And I just keep these drops around, everywhere I am. I just keep the drops. I have a little container of drops in my car. So when I look at my hands and they look a little dry and parched, I pull out one of my drops and I start rubbing it on and moisturizing my hands. Cocoa butter is safe for your face, depending on your type of skin that you have. I do have oily skin and I'm able to use this. So it's okay. So this is what our ancestors traditionally used when we got scars and bumps and bruises and that kind of thing to uh, make us, because we get those marks, from the bruising and the scarring, and this will get rid of that. And so I believe my time is just about up. And I want to thank you for watching the show. Thank you for joining me. I'm here every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and this is what I want to do. Do better, live better, take care of ourselves better, physically, emotionally, mentally, socially, environmental, financially, occupationally, intellectually. There's tons of things that we can do. The thing that I like to do is I like to share and I like to give. And so the first person to text me at, especially if you have eczema, the first person to text me and say, I want a free gift, do that. You can text me. Let me put the right phone number up. We might have to put it on the screen because I don't think I have it, but I'm going to go ahead since I'm so open. I'm an open book. There it is. Text that number right there. Text that number right there with what you'd like to have from what I've already showed you that are my favorite things from this company. And we would give it to you free. That's one product, whichever one you think you want that I've discussed. And we would love to share it with you and let you find out for yourself just how great the products are. So, again, my time is up. and we will get your product out to you as you text either one of those telephone numbers. One is 850-525-1761. This is the first person now. And as a matter of fact, let's go, let's do three. So the first three people to text 850-525-1761 with the product that you want, that I've already told you about as my favorite things. Or you can text 850-525-9620. I would get the message either way. And as soon as I receive the message, of course, we'll put your product in the mail to you. Now, when you text us, make sure you send your address, because we're going to need to mail that product to you. And so put your address in the text, and we will mail the product to you free, no charge, whichever one you want that I've discussed. But do visit the website. There are plenty of, there's one other. If I can have just a few more seconds here, a minute. There's one more that I forgot to tell you about. This is for those who have arthritis, aches, and pains. This is called Arthritis Relief Balm. And when you go to the website, you'll see all of the people who have purchased this, and the raving reviews about it. Now, usually this is for, you know how old people, they say arthur, arthur's got them, for arthritis, the short term for arthritis. If you have someone in your family that's suffering with pain, not nerve damage now, but pain in their joints, knees, hip, back, wherever, foot, whatever, this right here will help that a lot. Some of the reviews say they put it on every 2 weeks, and it keeps, the pain away for 2 weeks. And some people talk about how immediately this product reduces the pain. Immediately, I said. So this is another one. I don't have arthritis, but I've been sharing this with a lot of people who I hear when they say pain. I say, "Oh, I got the product for you," and I encourage them to go to the website. And I want to say this: these products are very inexpensive for them to be organically and all natural. So please take a look at the website and go from there. And those are my favorite things, and you are my favorite people. And my goal is just to do all that I can to have us feel grand in our life, in all of the 9 dimensions that are attached to us, and especially from a spiritual perspective. I want you to learn, to grow, to appreciate yourself, to love yourself, and to do things that make you happy. And with your happiness, you're able to revolve that happiness and send it out, so to come back and we'll all be together, joined together happily. And I'm glad about it. So thank you for joining the show. Join us again next Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'll see you next time. Bye. Have a good day.